Joining us now, Hank Burdine, board member with the Mississippi Levee Commission. Hank, how's it going today, sir?
Well, we're doing pretty good up here in the Delta. Heard y'all got a little taste of what we get up here a good bit. Y'all had a deluge down there in Jackson yesterday. I'm mighty sorry it impacted a lot of folks down there.
Yeah, it did. And it wasn't just yesterday. It's been going on for now, I guess, about a week solid, it seems. Really started moving into the area late last Thursday and more predicted, I think, 90% chance in central Mississippi today. Yeah, we're starting to see flash flooding around the area, school closures, roads closed, et cetera. So it's a big old problem. But we wanted to have you on today because it is our understanding that Senators Wicker and Hyde-Smith and Congressman Thompson held hearings on the pump situation and the flooding in the Delta, and just wanted to check in with you and see what came of that and what we might expect.
Yeah, they did. Senator Wicker and Congressman Thompson set up a meeting of elected officials at the Corps of Engineers headquarters in Vicksburg, and this was all set up, and the Council on Environmental Quality, the Presidential Council that they set up with Brenda Mallory. She is the CEQ chair of it. She came, and Michael Regan, who is the head of the EPA administration, has been here before and seen everything. He didn't come, but he sent a representative, and Michael Connor, who is the Assistant Secretary of the Army for Civil Works. That's big cheese, man. He was here, and the United States Fish and Wildlife Service, Martha Williams, she's head of that, but she was not here. She sent a representative, and the Department of Interior sent a representative down here. And so we had a jam-up bunch of folks on this panel. Now, one thing happened when they all flew in, they got off the airport, they were in the middle of, they'd never seen rain like that. So, we're welcome to Mississippi. I mean, this can happen. So we all convened, and I was invited to attend the meeting because of my elected official capacity with the Mississippi Levee Board. Yep. And after they all said their little things about it, and then Mr. Thompson got up, and he was the original one that threw it back into the EPA's lap, saying that they need to see if this is legal. The Trump administration, the EPA administration project that had gotten to go ahead and was ready to go to work, and the EPA said, in essence, it's the same program we had that the Bush administration vetoed in 2008.
Yeah. So what could you share with us, Hank, some of the comments and concerns heard from citizens who were able to speak and address the group?
Yes. Let me, if we got a second.
Yeah.
Benny Thompson said that we got to follow the law. He went on to say that we can still get the pump, but we got to do it within the confines of the legalities of the EPA and all like this. So I'm saying that Benny Thompson is still saying we can get the pump.
Okay.
Senator Sidney Hyde-Smith, Senator Roger Wicker jumped in there. We need these pumps, the science. We need to follow the science on all this stuff. The Corps of Engineers says we can do this, and we're not hurting the environment. We got a net plus gain out of all this stuff with the new project. Let's go for it. And then Representative Cindy Hyde-Smith, I'm taking my hat off, and I'm going to do a hoop hooray on this. That lady, that senator lady we have up there has our backs big time. She got right up into the EPA. She said, what is it that is not following the law? If you can't tell me right now what it is, then I want as quick as you possibly can to get me from EPA what it is. I want to know specifics. I want to know what's happening, why we can't get this thing done.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you something. She is a war horse. And I was mighty proud to be in that room with her and hearing the adamancy that she has in this project. She understands it. So does Wicker. But Cindy Hyde-Smith, knows what's happening. Okay.
Well,
After that meeting, the Corps never presented a compromised plan on the latest plan that was vetoed by the present administration. There's a new plan out there that is being looked at, that this Council on Environmental Quality is looking at, that will give you a higher elevation for the pumps to kick on at, which is what the environmental group's saying. We need more water. We need more water. But along with that higher elevation that gives more acres underwater, we've got a larger pump system set up that will take the water off of the affected cropland quicker and will get the cropland dried out. It'll take all the water off of the highways. It'll take all the water off of the 668 homes that went underwater. That, by the way, is 94% minority occupied.
Mm-hmm.
So this new scenario falls right into place with everything that they're asking for. The environmental groups are asking for more water. Well, you're going to have more water. All right, and that more water is still 200,000 acres of Delta National Forest and Panther Swamp. How is that good for that environment when you got 6 to 8 feet of water under all that? But it does allow the wildlife, the deer, the bear, everything else, a chance and an opportunity to get to higher ground.
Right.
It won't be the total decimation that we had in 2019. So all of those points were brought up at the meeting in Vicksburg. Then we go to the meeting at the high school in Rolling Fork, and it was a lot of people there of all races and different areas, and they got up and they went to talking. And I think that this panel that was there understands now this is an area that is it's 600 and something thousand acres.
Yeah.
That is a lot of land underwater with the houses. And those people got up and talked about what it was like for 6 months to have to take their 80-year-old grandmamas back and forth to different places when she couldn't go back to her houses. What it did to the businesses, what it did to the farmers, what it did to businesses that supplies all those farmers and everything. And then we had supervisors get up, what it did to the miles and miles of not only the paved roads there that went underwater, but the gravel roads that still hadn't come back yet.
Wow.
That are still being impacted by that. So the panel, I think, understood firsthand what went on in 2019. Now, there's a gentleman named Ty Pinkins that came in with he's been passing out flyers saying that the pumps won't work. The Corps says the pump won't work, that it won't drain anything. Well, if he wanted everything drained, let's go back to the first plan that was vetoed. Let's drop the elevation. Let's put much bigger pumps in there. You won't ever have a flooding problem down there. But this is a compromise situation. And he's saying that there is money out there to help these people that are impacted. Well, if there is, that's fine. Then let's tap into those streams of money to get a little help to these people that were impacted like that through FEMA or through whatever.
Right.
But let's also go with the long-term solution, which is the only solution, and that is the pump system. In this new scenario that the Corps is working out, if they will get their head out of the sand and the mud and look at it, it meets all of their goals. It's just a matter of them sitting down and saying, okay, we've heard what's going on. Now let's look at this new thing and see if it'll work. And let's go to work. Let's pour some concrete.
Hank, we got about a minute left. What's the next step, and do you think we're going to get a next step? Got about a minute.
The next step is this group goes back to Washington and they huddle up and they look at this new proposal by the Corps of Engineers, and hopefully they throw politics out of this deadgone thing and they say, look, let's do what needs to be done. Let's don't put a Band-Aid on it and send these folks $1,500 check which won't do anything.
Right.
Let's go ahead and solve the problem, get these pumps going, and solve the problem from here on out for the future.
Well, hopefully some true accounts from citizens on the ground there will move the needle more than just our politicians have been able to do so. Maybe they can use that as ammunition to get something done. Hank, always a pleasure, sir. Appreciate you coming on the program, and thanks for that great update.
Let's stop the rain down there. Thank you, and let's do it some more.
Yes, sir. Hank Burdine, board member of the Mississippi Levee Commission, has been our guest here on Middays talking about those pumps and the flooding in the Delta. Stay with us. We'll come right back in the Element Wealth studio.